Hi guys, I'm Anissa and I'm back with another video. Today it's time for another video, and today's video is going to be a tag video because recently I was tagged by Shannon from Shannon Riddler to do the Library Lovers book tag. And honestly, it's very timely. Also, as you mentioned, it's Borathon week and I thought I'd just better get this video up during the Borathon week as well. Let you know about my library habits, because if you're new to my channel, you might not know this, but if you've been on my channel for a while, you know that I frequently do library hauls and talk about library books and how much I enjoy this specific readathon because it focuses on library books and libraries and yeah. So let's get into the book tag. The book tag was originally created by PN Books and it's a pretty old book tag, but I'll leave the original video down below. And as I said, I was tagged by Shannon from Shannon Riddler to do this tag. The tag has 7 questions, so let's get over them. The first question is, how often do you visit your library or local library? It changes, it varies a lot. It depends on how much I go to the library in a season, but I generally tend to go to the library like 4 or 5 times a year, I guess, maybe more. So like every second month or so I go to the library. Sometimes it takes longer for me in between. Sometimes I check so many out that I can renew them and not hand them in until like a couple months later. And so yeah, but I do visit it pretty frequently, I guess. The second question is, are you the type of person who checks out more books than you know you can read, or are you someone who checks out only the exact amount of books you intend to read or reading before they are due? And I'm definitely the first option. I definitely check out way more books than I know that I can read, because I don't know what mood I'm in, and it's a way of me trying out new things and enjoying exploring new authors or genres, or yeah, I just use my library for that kind of reading, and I definitely check out more than I can read in a month. And most often I tend to be able to renew them, but sometimes I lose interest after I've had them for a while, and then I return them to the library unfinished. But I don't feel bad about this because I was not in the mood at this specific time, and that's fine. And I return it to the library and might pick it up at a later time when I feel more in the mood to read it. The third question is, how old were you when you first got your library card? I'm not sure. I know I've had it for a long time. Because I was on my parents' library card for a long time before I got my own. But I think I was about 15 or 16 when I got my own library card. I think that's when, yeah, I got it, and I basically in the beginning just used it for school stuff. If I have to find something for school reading or something like that. I didn't read very much as a teenager or as a kid as well. So for me, when I went to the library back then, it was to get textbooks for school stuff, for research papers and stuff. So I figured it was around the 15, 16 years of age when I was in high school, or just before high school or something. But yeah, that's what I figure. The question number 4 is, do you go to your library looking for a particular book, or do you check out anything that piques your interest? And I definitely often have a goal of a book that I want to find when I go to the library. I usually tend to have like series next books, like in my manga series or something that I would like to check out. Or I go to a wish list thing and check out what could be available right now, what could I feel like reading. But I also always check out the shelves and browse the shelves for different things that I wasn't aware of, and then I pick up whatever strikes my interest. And yeah, so it's a bit of a mix and match for that one. Question number 5 is, do you use your library to check out just books, or do you also check out DVDs, audiobooks, etc.? I definitely check out audiobooks from the online services for like Overdrive. I don't use it for DVDs and stuff anymore. I don't think I've ever done that, but I used to use it for like tapes, but that was again with stories on them, so it was like a kind of audiobooks, but it was for instance a tape version of The Little Mermaid the cartoon animated movie in a tape version, I would listen to that. Or I would rent out the Lion King or something and listen to that at home, so I could sing along to the songs and say the words and just playing with my Legos. That's what I did. So that's the only things that I tend to use it for. I don't think I've ever rented out a DVD or computer game from that. So I've mostly used it for books, comics, or audiobooks. Question number 6 is, from what section of your library do you check out the majority of the books? YA, middle grade, adult, or nonfiction? I think the vast majority is definitely YA, children's fantasy, that I check out from the library, because I don't own a lot of that myself. So, but I also do frequently check out adult things, but I guess the majority of the books that I check out are from the children's section or the young adult section. Question number 7 is, what is your favorite part of using your local library? And the first best thing is that it's a free source. You can check out all the books you want to, and it won't cost you anything unless you are returning it late. You get fees, that's fine. But otherwise, it doesn't cost you anything to loan these books, and it's a good way of exploring new things that you're uncertain about. But that's definitely, in my opinion, the best thing about it. But it's also just a place to go and relax, because you can just walk around amongst the shelf and look in the books, not necessarily always checking them out, but just the fact that you can browse these shelves and spend some time. I often spend hours at the library when I get there, because I have to go through all of the shelves, and it's very comforting, and so I definitely appreciate that. And they have become more and more, my library has done a lot more to also have social gatherings at the library. Like, not long ago there was this dinner thing at the library where you can go and have eat the dinner or have a festive meal while you're sitting amongst the books and talking to other bookish people. And I thought that was a pretty cool idea. I didn't know about it until I saw it on TV, and I pretty much enjoy that. Anyway, these were all of the questions. So now I'm going to be tagging some people, I guess. The first one I'm going to tag is definitely Rhea from the Book Finch, because she's a library lover as myself. She is currently also doing the Borrow-a-thon, so I thought it would be fun to tag her. Another one I'm going to be tagging is Becky from Beck's Books, because I know she's a librarian. I know she doesn't do as many videos any longer as she used to do, but maybe she would find time to do a library lovers book tag, because that would be interesting seeing a librarian's take on things and what she appreciates about the library. Yeah, those are the two that I'm going to be tagging today. I feel like that's fine. And definitely, if you are feeling like you want to do the tag, definitely consider yourself tagged. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video very, very soon. Goodbye!